Hello, 114 subscribers. Welcome to the channel. This is very excited video for me. I didn't know that it's going to be that way, but after I build this thing, I know that it's very interesting and it has a lot of potential. So let me give you a bit context. We were building a chatbot solution basically for one company, one insurance company. And we started to work with them 2 months ago. I believe it was yesterday. Yeah, no, it was Saturday. Yeah, Saturday I received an email from the founder, from the guy who we initially reached out to. Obviously, we are working with their technical team. So I got an email from him asking, like, is it possible to create something like a parent assistant that will have information and access to all of his communications, not only with the clients, because the client communication handled by customer success and sales team, but he was like talking about internal communication because it's old school company. They still operate through emails, not just some Slack where you can add a simple bot, as well as access to the calendar and to all of the notes. So like it was very intriguing for me since I was always interested in building a similar tool for myself, but not sure. Like I know that it's pretty complex and it's gonna be pretty complex. Not sure if we're gonna actually build it out, make some prototype. Probably we'll show it to him. We'll see if he likes it, and then we can talk. But the idea is that for the for as long as I can remember myself, I was always good at communicating with like different clients, with my employees, as well as employers when I was working at different jobs. At one time, I had 5 different online jobs. I know that all the fucking gurus are saying the same thing, that they had like thousands of different jobs. But I will record a separate video where I go through all the details and I will like show you how I was managing all these things. I was literally when I lost all of my money, I was working on, I believe at one point, like not even 5, like probably 6 different jobs as a brand manager or e-commerce manager. Anyways, so it's a separate story. So I know that I was always good at communicating throughout different channels and managing my time. So and I was always curious on different productivity tools, and that's where, and after introduction of AI, that's why I started to use softwares like Fireflies or Read AI, all these note takers that come to your meeting and record all of the meeting transcript automatically, and then you can talk to this thing. So this is what I'm gonna show you right now. But the problem with these tools, like of course they're expensive, but it's not a problem. It's more like they only talk and have the information about the meetings that you have on Zoom or on Google Meeting. They don't have direct access to the email or to other communication channels, obviously. So this company, they don't operate through Slack or WhatsApp, but if they would, I would love, to connect the parent, how to call it, I'm not sure how to call it, like the company founder wiki or something like that, the company AI to this thing, so that sorry, so that it updates automatically and provides up-to-date information. Anyways, so since my team is working on another projects and like I'm not even sure that this guy's actually gonna buy, so I was like playing around with different scenarios on how to build it myself. So I'm sharing my screen right now. That most of our solutions that we built, and we built the chatbot for his company on VoiceFlow. Obviously we connected to their ERP system, but like I like to build on VoiceFlow, but VoiceFlow has some sort of limitation, and it's not as good as a internal company tool. So there are multiple softwares on the market that can handle this thing, and this is one of them. So this is the MindStudio. MindStudio is, I wouldn't say that it's no code software. I say like it's a low code. Of course, you can make a lot of different things without code, but if you know some sort of JavaScript basic, or as I already explained in my previous video, if you know how to use ChatGPT, and now Claude 3.5 Sonnet that can actually write really good code, it's not going to be as hard. Okay, so you can build complex applications and scenarios on MindStudio. So let me show you first how it's gonna work, and then I'll walk you through how it's actually built. By the way, like just in so that I will provide the template. They don't like I believe there's no way to share the whole template from MindStudio. So I will share the code snippets, which are the most important part, right? Not in the description below, there is a link. So if you subscribe to my newsletter, you get, I'll send you the direct link right away to the resource app. So check it out. Anyways, so this is how it looks. This is not going to be in-depth tutorial, right? If, as always, if you put 50 likes on this video, which is not going to happen, but if you do, tomorrow recording you 2-hour walkthrough on how it works. Okay, so this is, I was testing this thing. So this is basically a prototype. So you can, like preview and preview the draft. So let me walk you through and see how it works, and then we'll see the backend. So if we start a new thread, it will ask us, okay, so what do you want? Check the meetings or check the team. Obviously, we just, we'll check the meetings right now, and then in future, maybe we'll connect it to the WhatsApp or Slack or other channels, not for this guy, but I'm interested in building similar tool even for myself, and I was also thinking that maybe I should convert it to SaaS product. Okay, anyways, so if we click check the meeting, now it asks us what time do you want to check for. Again, so the simple scenario here will be the calendar, and it's really easy to do. I'll show you, when we set the capture block, you can actually um, use your input, and you can wait for create a new input and choose the date, and there will be a calendar here. So it's very easy to do it through calendar. So I like the text and speech interfaces. I think it's the future. So this is the way how how it works right now. So we can say last month, something like that, in like general terms. So now what will happen, and by the way, it is very slow right now. It's a bit buggy again, since like I'm not a coder. If we're gonna build this thing, I'll let my team to do all the coding. Obviously, I was just playing around with ChatGPT and Claude, just today, as you can see, to try to make it work myself. Anyways, so what really happened here is, as you can see, it run a few scenarios, and if we reload it, I'm not sure, like, because there are a lot of information that is handled through this request, it's a bit laggy. On the published version, it's a bit better, but still, like, there are a lot of things that you need to work with. Anyways, so like I reloaded, as you can see, and it updated the information. So yeah, just keep it in mind. So if we look on the debugger, like, if you think that I understand everything, you're mistaken. But the idea is that we asked, let's go here on the meeting. So it asked us on the input, so what do we want? What day do we want? Then we provided the last month. It got connected to cal.com. So this is a scheduling software, right? So it's basically an what's the name? Calendly, the open source free version of Calendly. Obviously, I can't pay for Calendly. I just don't like it. I love Cal. It looks really good. The interface is great. So everything is great. There are a lot of integrations. So and it's free. So I would highly encourage you to use this one. Anyways, so these are their documents, and obviously the call is connected to my Google Calendar, to just I think one of them. So that's why there are not a lot of meetings. So and it sends the API request. Actually, let's go through the scenario basically. So this is the start flow. Here we ask, check messages and check team, right? It's the start and then the menu. What happens? So then when we say check meetings, here we jump to meetings flow. And these are, again, guys, like if you want me to go and explain all this in details, put 50 likes. Anyways, so then we hop on this flow. It starts here. Then we're asking, we're collecting user input. It's called desirable date. And you can find the inputs here. And we are asking, what time do you want to check for? And then we save this input into desirable date variable. After it happens, then we generate, this is, one of the most important part. Let's say we say last month, but in order to send the call.com request here, so this is the actual script to send the API request to call.com. In order to do that, you need obviously start date and end date in specific format. The format, like basically, if you go, yeah, like here, we can say June 25th, and the format, no, so this is the output format, year, month, date, and some other parameters. It's like, I'm not sure what's the correct name of, like, the technical name to say what the format is. So we are asking AI, actually this is the GPT-4o model, so analyze the user input, in our case last month, and then here generate start date. So last month is basically, May 1st, and put it inside start time variable, and then analyze the end date. It's basically May, May, how many days in May? 31st. Yeah, May 31st. And put it in end date, right? And then do the API call. So this is the API call. Basically, it's the function node, but if you go here, so this functions, and the code I will be in my hub, resource hub. Anyways, so in here we actually know the start time and end time. We mention it in the right format, right? We copy the API key and all these things. So then what happens after? We get all the meetings that we have for this period. So it says that I have 10, but in reality I think I have like 30 probably. So I limited here. I asked, to limit somewhere, limit to 10 bookings to make it like faster. Again, like it is very slow. That's why I'm just testing MindStudio. Like I'm not 100% sure that if, this is the prototype, that's okay if I'll like explain to him that it's very slow. And then if he likes it, we'll probably build the actual solution maybe on another one. Like technically we can build it on VoiceFlow, but there are like some limitations in terms of the interface. So we'll think about it. Anyways, but it just limits to 10 bookings. Okay, you can remove it and get all the bookings. Okay, bookings. Then another interesting part, Firefly's transcript. So we have all the bookings, but we also need the transcripts of the meetings. So obviously the call.com doesn't have this information natively, so they don't have the native. I think they do, maybe they do in like some sort of a add-ons. I need to check, but I use Fireflies. I have actually a few accounts on Fireflies, so this is one of them. So Fireflies is a great software. It is very expensive, guys. It's one of the most expensive on the market. So they have, if we, click on the meeting, we kind of receive the notes, we receive the video, and we have, all this information. And they have, this is the thing, they have the internal AI. So ask Frap, I think it costs money, the credits. So you can ask, hey, what was this meeting all about? So this is kind of what we're building, but we're building it externally. Plus, we're not like, of course, if you need just the solution for like talking to the meetings, yes, it like just pay for it and go for it. But since like this guy was also asking for the emails, so we will sync the emails and we will find specific emails that are related to this meeting. Anyways, so basically they have the API docs. Same thing, you kind of create a function with the request to get all the transcripts. So there are actually, it's not that straightforward. So you can get, just all the transcripts. So you need to go one by one. So you get all the transcripts ID here. And what happens next? Then so now at this point we have all the meetings for May, and then we have all the transcripts for May, right? Then we user requested send him information. So then this is the node. This is here, right? So we display to the user how many meetings he had. And then we have a menu. So if we click next, we have, do you want to get more information about this meeting? So if we click no, nothing happens. If yes, it will ask us, okay, so which meeting are you talking about? And again, in very simple language, we can say, oh, let's check Nushur. And Nushur is one of the companies that I did the meeting with. I think, I'm not sure when it was. So it should give us the information. Okay, so it's generated the results, as you can see. Basically, the idea is that same thing, we capture we are, this is the specific meeting. We're asking like this thing. We're capturing the reply to specific meeting variable. Then we generate the text. So what we are doing essentially, we are saying user. So this is the user meeting information. No, so this is the meeting that the user want to like get information about. So that's where we said no sure, right? And we're asking, okay, so here is all the bookings that we had for this month from here. And these are here. And here are all the transcripts IDs from Fireflies. So it's trying to get the latest transcript ID for no sure. So we didn't mention the email, and we may, even we can say new company and you, right? So, but it will smart enough to understand that we're talking about new sure. We'll find the email and we'll find the transcript ID, and then doing the request to the Fireflies to get this specific meeting using this specific ID. So it's like pretty simple. And from there, we get we get the result. So Eugene will provide the paperwork and guidelines. Michael will assign team members to provide the company details. And we can actually check this meeting, I think, in here. It's one of the latest ones. Yeah, so it's like, not sure. So as you can see here, right? So this is the meeting with Michael, and it's providing us the information here. So if we click next, we can in theory say R, what was the cost of the prototype? So now we are basically chatting with this thing, because in the chat node, we provided the context with transcript details from this meeting. Okay, send me some more info. What was the meeting about? Okay, guys, 19 minutes. I just want to make it below 20. I was planning to make it like 10. Thanks for watching. If you want me to go through all the details, put a like. Let's try to get to the 15 likes. Not gonna happen, but I'll probably just record the videos about building this thing anyways, about different variations. Go to the comments if you want to get this as a template, all the scripts, so that you can use it yourself. And thanks for watching. Peace.